sound effects is loud, boy. What's cracking, y'all? Let me see if I can
To
get.
be the man, you gotta beat the man, and I'm saying.
Okay, X, we
right
not
here.
popping on. I gotta stop doing that on X. What's cracking? And we got 4 likes on the stream already. Thank you guys, man. I missed you guys, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully I get some of y'all in here live, man. We can have a good time hanging out. Dave Fave was cracking, my dude. Happy New Year, my good brother. Happy New Year. Will Wilkinson, my guy. Happy New Year, good brothers, man. It is a motherfucking miracle, man. Your boy is in the building. For now. You know, I always talk about trying to be more consistent doing this, but life be lifing.
They call me Mr. HD. I'm here to steal the show. A ticking time bomb, my nigga.
Check. There we go. I don't know what that was. I was literally just on, then as soon as I start the stream, the fucking mic goes on. What's cracking, my dudes, man? What's good, man? Happy motherfucking New Year, guys. God damn, man. I know I be saying I'm gonna be here. I don't even want to make no promises. I'm just here. I just wanted to say Happy New Year's to you guys, man. I knew y'all would come through. I knew the game would slide through for a second. You know what I mean? It's been a minute. Is it holy shit? What is that? Bad Abbott? Am I tripping right now? Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. My dude Gruss, my dude Dave, everybody in the fucking building. KGM is even in the building. Let's go, man. The whole gang's here. Let's go, man. It's good to see you guys. It's been obviously I haven't streamed since what SummerSlam or some shit, maybe WrestleMania. I don't know. We did that stream, that football stream, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Um, yeah, that's crazy. Bad Abbott. If y'all don't know, Anton, I ain't gonna pronounce your last name. I'm gonna fuck it up, bro. Um, I got 2 boys married and all. That's what's up, man. That's dope, bro. That's super dope. You was in Africa for 3 years. All right, since I mean, I guess a good story to tell. Real quick off the top of the stream. Y'all don't know Anton. I know y'all don't know Anton, but Anton had a huge part in what I initially built with the HD Society. He was one of the first members of the actual first iteration of the High Definition Society. It was me, him, and Straight Beats. It was the rapper and two producers, and they used to produce all of my music for a good chunk of time. Man, Bad Abbott or Anton is I don't know if he's still doing it, but he was a phenomenal producer. My man used to make bangers. Like a lot of my best songs were produced by him. So shout out to my man Anton, man. Good to hear from you, bro. That's crazy that you popped up in here. Congratulations on the wife and the babies. You know what I mean? That's beautiful. You know what I mean? Got your boys out there. What's up with the gang, man? 2025 got to be better than 2024. Amen to that, bro. I'm gonna try to will it. I'm gonna try to force it. I'm gonna try to speak it into existence. I'm gonna try not to let all the bullshit that's been weighing me down for the last two years, pretty much 2 3 years, really. I'm gonna try not to let any of that bullshit weigh me down. No baby mama drama, no whack friend drama, no none of that shit. Yeah, I mean, my mom's been gone for 8 months now, so still dealing with that. I haven't really had time to mourn that because I've been dealing with so much life stuff. But that is what it is. My boy is literally dealing with the exact same scenario right now, and I know many others do. Some of you guys already have. We remember Trav going through his situation. Rest in peace to Trav's mom. But just been dealing with a lot of shit, and it's a lot of wrestling going on. Like, so it's overwhelming. It's a lot of sports and wrestling in general. It feels like there was football on every day last week, like NFL football. During the holidays on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, it felt like there was an NFL game. So between that and fucking and wrestling, there's so much content to consume, and with that combined with all the real life shit, it just hasn't put me. I haven't been in the right mental space to come and smile and get in front of a camera and create content for you guys and be the same happy go lucky, confident, you know what I mean, excited to be in front of the camera guy I always have been. And I got to get back to that, man. I got to get back to that. Gruss said, I literally got out of the ER on December 31st. What the fuck, man? Was you celebrating too hard New Year's Eve, man? Or was this like some other stuff, man? What the fuck, man? I'm just happy you still here, bro. I'm happy you well. Clearly you're out of the hospital since you said you got out. So, you know what I mean? God bless y'all, man. You know what I mean? I'm happy everybody's doing well. Shout out to my guy Gruss, my guy Will, KGM, Dave, everybody that's always here, no matter how long I be fucking gone. This is why I fuck with y'all, man. I swear, if I ever get rich off this shit, man, y'all gonna be the first niggas that I bless with something. Cause this channel, the algorithm would never show me no love if it wasn't for you 4 or 5 motherfuckers that's here every single time I hit fucking go live on this fucking stream deck. So, you know what I mean? I can't even tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? We gonna try to turn it around for 2025, get it back to how it used to be in 2020 and 2021 when life was grand and we were streaming every day and everybody was happy, at least superficially, or for the most part people were, we were all in better spaces. You know what I mean? But hopefully, the last couple years of inflation and just I feel like just pure chaos across the globe. Yeah, I mean, somebody just drove a truck into a crowd of people the other day. Like, it's pure chaos going on right now across the fucking globe. So hopefully you guys, have been able to dodge a lot of that and haven't really, had to, feel that in your personal lives, which at this point I doubt, because everybody's going through some bullshit. Like, everybody I know, everybody I talk to is going through some bullshit. So it is what it is, man. We gonna have a better 2025, man. Wrestling. Hey, listen, one good thing we can't complain about right now, as long as you leave AEW out of it. Wrestling is fucking awesome right now. Like, let's just call it what it is. We got WWE just crushing it, like shitting on everything. You know what I mean? It's like in a good way. About to be on Netflix in a couple days. Monday Night Raw officially. I'm paying whatever it is, $15, $16 for Netflix now. I'm about to cancel my Sling now. WWE just digging in my pockets. I'm like, bruh, you gotta get up out my pockets, man, because this is a little too much money that I'm gonna have to spend to watch wrestling. No, that's why I said except unless you're talking, we gotta take AEW out of the equation. And then we can say everything is awesome because you know, I have a soft spot in my heart for AEW. I know that. Went to the first ever AEW Dynamite ever in the history of the program. You know what I mean? I stand on that. I've been wanting to support this company from the jump. Been supporting this company from the jump. Was buying pro wrestling tees and all that bullshit, all they merch and AEW shop merch and all these different things. Was reviewing the show and it was so good. It was really good. The MJF in his heyday, Chris Jericho 3 years ago when he was doing good work, Moxley and coming over, and Danielson coming over and creating magic, and Hangman Page and the Elite doing cool stuff, and Kenny Omega actually wrestled on the show, and the Young Bucks weren't actually annoying ass trolls that had go away heat. It was so much good. You know what I mean? But they lost it all. Let's just keep it real. AEW has literally imploded onto itself and the show sucks. The wrestling is still good. We can't take anything from the actual professional wrestlers, but the show sucks. Like, let's just call it what it is. The production value is ass. The music and the sound quality hasn't gotten any better. And the storylines are literally non-existent. Unless you're talking about Hangman Page versus Swerve Scott, which was one of the Swerve Strickland, which was one of the greatest feuds in the last 5, 6, 7, 8 years. They burning down each other's houses and making each other bleed at every turn and injecting each other's faces with needles and shit. It was gruesome. It was crazy. It was everything we wanted from it was a literal blood feud. It started, it ended perfectly. Everything about Hangman Page and Swerve was great. And I wasn't even watching the show. I'm a keep it 100 all the way 100 with y'all. I haven't watched an episode of Dynamite straight through in maybe a year. I'm going to just be 100 with y'all. I can't even remember the last episode that I watched fully through. I'll go to YouTube after the show. Oh, everybody talking about something was good. Okay, AEW gonna post a clip a few hours later, or maybe an hour or so later, or maybe sometimes during the show they'll just post a clip immediately. So I just go to YouTube and watch the clip and see what happened, and I don't have to be, mired by AEW's horrible women's division that they do nothing with. And I watched one of their pay-per-views, and they had I was about to say not Chris Statlander, Jamie Hayter returned on the pre-show looking like Becky Lynch with red hair and shit. And I was like, oh, nope, done. Not giving him my $50. I'm good. Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I was about to buy the pay-per-view and everything because I thought that she was going to be one of the things that happened on the actual pay-per-view. Then she came to the fucking on the pre-show, and I was like, what the fuck? Why would you have somebody return after being gone almost a year from a devastating industry who's one of your hottest superstars when they left and return them on the pre-show early in the pre-show to when nobody's even in their seats yet? I'm barely comfortable, ready to watch wrestling yet. What are you doing? Why is she out here? Like, she should be in like a main event program. Like, where's Britt Baker? Like, none of the people I used to like are around anymore or doing anything of relevance or good. And it's just like AEW is trash now. But I don't want to spend the next 2 hours like just trashing, AEW because it's bad. You know what I mean? It's like, how you let Bobby Lashley and MVP and Shelton Benjamin come over and immediately be the coolest thing on your show? You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm barely watching. Ricochet comes over and Ricochet is a whole nother thing. We got to have a whole separate conversation about Ricochet because it was not looking good. Now I'm like, from the clips I've been seeing, especially this shit he just did with Swerve and stabbing him with scissors and shit, it looks like he's doing some cool shit. That's some shit that might actually make me tune in, or I'm probably just gonna watch the clips. But that's some shit that'll make me want to stay in tune with AEW because, like, oh, Ricochet's doing something completely different than I've ever got to see him do. I never knew him as Prince Puma, or if he's ever played a heel. I'm sure he's played a heel at some point in his career, but I never saw it. He's always been white meat babyface Ricochet, and now he's doing this badass shit. I'm interested. But AEW's got a lot of Mercedes Monet, Gruss right on the spot, fucking Cope. I think Tony Khan's doing some coping. That's what I. He's with how horrible of a year, how horrible of a 2024 they've had. And I say horrible in jest because they just signed a $500 million deal, you know what I mean, TV deal or whatever it was. They getting a lot of money, you know what I mean, to air their wrestling show on TV, TNT and Max and all these different things. So the company is still thriving. It's still the second biggest wrestling promotion in the world. So got to give AEW some props, but you know, it is what it is, man. I don't want to bury them too bad on in this stream. We're gonna try to keep some positivity. But Mercedes Monet is complete ass. Why y'all keep dragging me down to the mud with y'all? I'm trying to get off. Y'all keep dragging me down to the mud with y'all, but it's facts. Like Mercedes, like I want Sasha Banks back. Like let's just be. I wear Sasha Banks. That's who I want back. I want my Sasha Banks back, and maybe we could get things back on the road. But besides AEW, WWE's been killing it. Back to the point I was making, wrestling is awesome. TNA is doing great things. You got all these WWE people going over to TNA after they've been released or whatever, and just through them collabing, WWE's collabing with TNA for the last few years. We know that. But it's just picking up more steam with the Joe Hendry shit and all these different things. And a lot of TNA people are out of their contracts now. Their contracts are coming up. So I'm looking forward to, a couple of those people, a couple big names we already know coming over to WWE. Yeah, man, wrestling is cool, man. But it's just so much, man. It's a lot going on. And I'm a single dad for half of the month, half of every month. I actually just had my son all of December, like he was with me the entirety of December. So half the time I get him. I know y'all love me having him on stream, but it's hard like preparing a stream and all these different things when I got him, and I try to be so focused on being a dad. But it's no excuses because honestly, I'm at the point in my life where I have to make it happen. I got to make things happen. I'm not doing the same things I was doing when I first start doing the stream. I kind of removed myself from a lot of the shit I was doing in the streets and all these different things because I got a son now and he's getting older and everything he does, he copies from me. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. I'm trying to, get back to where I was, you know what I mean, without all the bullshit. D Riders is definitely crazy. Like, I don't know who came up with the Death Rider's name. I know that was the name of his finishing move, but you know what I mean? Just naming one of your groups the D Riders is almost worse than Pure Fusion Collective. I don't know. AJ Francis just re-signed with TNA. Did he? Oh, I mean that makes sense though. I mean he's flourishing over there, and WWE probably don't want him back. So I mean, you know, he's kind of a complicated guy to work with. Plus, he's already said he's making way more money. I've seen some interviews he's done, a couple of them. One with Simon Miller, I think, where he says he's making way more money than he was in WWE doing the indie shit. So more power to him, man. I don't care what company you work for. If you get into wherever it's gonna get you the biggest bag, so you can take care of your family and your homies and all that stuff. That's where I want you to work. You know what I mean? And selfishly, I want everybody I enjoy watching to be in WWE because that's the promotion I actually watch and focus on the most. But I'm not gonna be selfish like that. People need to go where they're getting paid. Pure Fusion Correctly is really the stud line. That would be a better name for him, honestly. I wonder who came up with Pure Fusion Collective and thought that shit was good. It's like, yeah, this is it. We're gonna be called PFC, Pure Fusion Collective. And nobody when one person said it, and I'm just gonna jump off the building, jump off the porch real quick and say it was Sonya Deville. I feel like that was some stupid shit she came up with. But who said? Well, how did the other two co-sign? No one was like, so what does that mean exactly? Nobody was Pure Fusion Collective. Fusion and collective is pretty much a redundant sentence. Like you have fusion and collective. It's pretty similar words. Pure. I'm not sure how you can be pure if you're fusing something with something else. That would automatically make it unpure, right? Because you're mixing multiple things. I'm just confused on how the name made sense or how any of them were like, yeah, it's a great name. This is gonna get us over. We're definitely gonna main event WrestleMania like Becky Lynch after this name change. Like PCB, that was terrible too. You know what I mean? But at least PCB was like those were their initials, right? Those like was that their initials? It was who was in PCB? It was Paige and I forget, but I'm pretty sure that was the initials. Was that PCB when they were doing all the three woman groups? They had that era where Vince McMahon was just like combining the Lesbo connection. Again, a much better name than Pure Fusion Collection. TLC. That's way better. That's way better, Gruss. I ain't gonna even lie. Pure trash. But they got some talented women in the group. Like we're not gonna act like Zoe Stark can't wrestle, and we're not gonna act like Shayna Baszler can't wrestle, and we're not gonna act like Sonya Deville can't wrestle. Sometimes, but they're all talented in-ring performers. It's just they're clearly the stud group. You know what I mean? And it's just like they already said the men who can't sleep with them and the woman who can't beat them up or some stupid shit like, yo, yeah, it was Paige, Charlotte, and Becky. It was their initials. So that made more sense. I don't think that, I mean, unless they're using their middle names or nicknames that I don't know about. Like, I don't know. PFC, you know what I mean? Is no, it's not working the same. It's not hitting the same. So I don't know, man. I think this shit is I think it is what it is. I'm trying to be more positive in 2025, but I know y'all like the toxic shit. It's like it's funny to talk about the terrible shit. It is more funny to talk about the terrible shit. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I be in it too. I be in the mud right with y'all. But Zoe is not a stud. Are you? Huh? What? You sure about that? I mean, maybe not. I mean, Zoe get all dressed. I seen Zoe like do some red carpets or something. She a little muscly, yeah. I mean, for the type, but so is what's homeboy? What's the TNA girl? God damn it! Well, I'm drawing a blank right now. It's just too many wrestlers' names. Y'all know who I'm talking. Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace is all muscly too, but Jordan Grace fine as hell, low key. Like Jordan Grace is an attractive woman. You know what I mean? It's like you know I think Zoe is kind of cute too. She got the little buck teeth with the freckles and the high cheekbones. Like she has some feminine features, and I enjoy that shit. You know what I mean? I like that. You know what I mean? But I don't want to bash the girls too bad as far as their name because they're all talented. Their storylines suck. Different things like that. Not really too much in the pure fusion collective these days. What else is terrible on Monday Night Raw? What else is bad in wrestling? With all the good stuff, let's just harp on all the terrible things going on. Oh man, y'all, wow. No, it's a lot on in pro wrestling. It's a lot going on in sports in general. It's a lot going on in the world in general. I hope you and your family are safe. I hope everybody that you love is safe and doing well as they can be. Everybody's going through it. I hope everyone's health is okay. Gruss, stay your ass up out the hospital, big dog. We don't need to see that. I don't need to be in the hospital myself. I gotta change my sensor. As y'all know, if you I'm a whole diabetic now, so I gotta wear this thing. It's called a Freestyle Libre 3. It's like a needle so I don't have to prick my finger. It's like a monitor, a blood sugar monitor. So now I gotta wear this. So 2025, I'm trying to rediscipline myself again and get back to my peak physical fitness. That's not gonna happen if I keep eating donuts and sugar cookies, which I have an affinity for. It's the weed. I blame the weed. I think I need to stop smoking weed altogether. Like I smoke a lot less weed than I used to, obviously being a dad, but I want to stop. I think I should stop smoking weed altogether, man. But it's so infused. Speaking of fusion, it's so infused with my brands and everything that I know. and and I've created vape pens, and I have cannabis products that I have in dispensaries and different. So it's like it's such a part of who I am, and I just, man, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out some drastic things that I could change to switch my life, switch how things are going in my life right now, and maybe make some drastic changes. But I need to get back on my health shit, working out like a maniac like I used to. I'm a lot older now, a lot older. You know what I mean? So it's definitely not as easy to work out and do all these things that I'm talking about. But if I'm gonna be for my son, I gotta do this shit, man. Gotta do that shit. Gots to do it. How old are your kids, Bad Habit? How old are your kids? Fasting is good. Yeah, fasting is good, man. My doctor told me that fasting isn't great because I'm diabetic though. So she said fasting isn't great because I have to like be putting something in my body, but is I could fast for a day. You know what I mean? I could fast for a day. Oh, I had mine right in between yours. I got a 3-year-old. So you got a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. That's dope, man. I'm happy to hear that you're married with kids, man. You still in Africa or you back in the DMV? Or you said you went somewhere. I think you said you went to Africa, which is fucking fire for 3 years. That's crazy. Lead a country for 3 years. I wish I could do that right now. Oh man, Nicholas and Zacharias. Good names, man. My son's name is Lennox. Those are good names. Nicholas and Zacharias. Strong names. Strong names. Very good job. Very good job. Health is wealth. Indeed, brother. Indeed. Indeed. So, guys, I got about a good hour to chat. Let's talk about some wrestling shit, man. We're gonna talk about some football shit later too. I want to talk about some football since we are creeping up on week 18, the playoffs. Oh, I don't think if you follow the Instagram page, then you already know. We are the champions, my friend. Doom, doom, and we'll keep on fighting to the end. Doom, doom, doom. We are the champions. No time for losers, cause we are the fantasy football champions of the world. Let's go. The phony con men won the league 2 years in a row. Shout out to the phony con men, one of the greatest fantasy football names of all time. Shout out to Tony Khan. But the phony con men took down the title 2 years in a row. It was a crazy matchup too. I won by 5 points, 144 to 139. It was epic. You know what I mean? You had Debo Sam. I had George Kittle versus Jamison Williams on Monday Night Football going head to head. It looked like George Kittle came out firing, putting up points. Then Jamison Williams scored 2 touchdowns, and I thought I was screwed. I was like, how did I go from up 12 before the game to down 12 during the game? Then George Kittle started making all kind of catches again and got me up again. I was like, oh, this is crazy. It was one of the most epic fantasy football matchups I've ever had, especially for it being in a championship game. Taking down the victory by less than 5 points. Man, yeah, so I'll take that 1,500, much needed. I need that money right now. So yeah, it was definitely a good look. Shout out to Derrick Henry. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. Shout out to McMillan, the rookie receiver. Shout out to Tampa Bay in general. Because Tampa Bay, let's see, I had Tampa Bay's defense, which put up like 14. I had Bucky Irvin, who put up 21. Baker Mayfield, who put up 35. I had McLaughlin. Did I have McLaughlin on that team? I might have had McLaughlin, the kicker, on that team too. I had White on the bench because obviously I'm starting Bucky Irvin. But yeah, I had all Tampa Bay Bucks the whole season pretty much. I had AJ Brown, who he did okay the last two in the playoffs. He got me like almost 20 last week. He got like 11 or 12. He scored the touchdown. He got the touchdown, which was big because they took one away from him earlier in the Eagles game. Then he got it back later. And he was playing with a second and a third string quarterback. So having to start A.J. Brown was kind of nerve-wracking. Plus, I had James Conner in my fucking lineup in my flex, who basically got me to the championship game. But they got hurt last week and only played like 5-6 snaps in this game. and he's in my flex spot with 1 point, and I gotta stare at that shit until Sunday until we start playing matchups on Saturday and Sunday. So I thought I was about to take an L anyway, but then Derrick Henry started doing this thing. Everybody started doing their thing. Bucky Irvin went off, and the boy McMillan caught two of them from Baker Mayfield, and I had both of them on the squad. It was just a crazy matchup, man. It was a good look. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and shout out to the phony con men for pulling it out, man, making me $1,500. My little $250 investment. You know what I mean? $1,500 back. So 2-year champion in a row. I've actually won fantasy football championships probably the last 6 years. Well, 5 out of the last 6 years. 5 out of the last 6 years. I've won a league, at least one of my leagues. And the craziest thing this year is I only did 3 leagues. So, and my $250, I only did one of those. I did a $250 league and $200 leagues on Yahoo. And the only reason I only did 3 fantasy leagues this year is because sports betting is now a thing. So I could blow my money doing that instead of having to do a full season of fantasy football. I could just bet on games every week and lose my money that way. So yeah, man. But back to wrestling, man. What y'all want to talk about? It's a lot going on in wrestling right now, man. It's a lot going on. We talked about all the AEW shit. We haven't talked about all the AEW ain't really got nothing worth talking about right now. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I mean? We gonna talk about WWE and everything they got going on because apparently SmackDown, not apparently, officially, SmackDown is moving to 3 hours. Raw is moving back to 3 hours once it goes to Netflix. So we gonna have 6 hours of main roster programming and 2 hours of NXT every single week. NXT has been popping, get 700,000 viewers every week for the most part. So they're rolling, you know what I mean, doing their thing. Got to be proud of what they're doing down there. Shawn Michaels is doing down there at NXT. Bringing in TNA people and all different things that they're doing. And I could have done without the whole Sexy Red integration into my pro wrestling in 2024. I could go get Glorilla. Yeah, I mean, maybe Glorilla's not a wrestling fan, but I don't know. Like, go get somebody else. But anyways, WWE, everything that's happened. I guess we should talk about some of the best moments and different things since we haven't got to share a lot of those together because I haven't been here. So, what were some of y'all favorite moments from 2024 in WWE? I can go ahead and tell y'all my favorite moment. I mean, okay, outside of Cody, let's just put Cody winning a title to the side because that should be everybody's favorite moment because it was the culmination of a 2-3 year story, and the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes finished the story. That should be number one on everybody's list. But outside of that, what was everybody favorite moments? Oh, Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion does the theme song for Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, one of the shows now. I think it might be SmackDown. I can't stand Megan Thee Stallion, but it is what it is. What happened to Austin Theory? My guy. I don't know, man. I mean, he still got the muscles. He still can wrestle. He's added a couple moves to his move set from what I've seen. He's just in a tag team that nobody cares about, and he's not being booked properly. And I'm not sure if he even cares that he's not being booked. He just feels like he's happy where he is. Him and his tag team partner. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. He still has potential, obviously, but he didn't get the Randy Orton treatment, obviously, and got shot to the moon. They tried to it, but he wasn't Randy Orton. Randy Orton was a different breed when he first came around. He was born to do this. You know what I mean? Austin Theory is kind of factory. You know what I mean? You build Austin Theory in a factory. You want to build a professional wrestler in a factory. What do he look like? Kind of like Austin Theory. You know what I mean? All the fucking jacked muscles and the face and the hair and you know what I mean? He cut a okay promo. It's kind of he got like the standard cheesy heel promo, but he could talk though. Yeah, I mean, he can talk. I don't know, man. I can't really explain what happened to him, bro. I can explain why he's not where he is, where he was before, because Vince McMahon ain't around no more, who was pushing him to the moon and doing all these different things, trying to force him to be the next Randy Orton or whatever they want. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, Vince left. That's what happened to Theory. Exactly, Dave. That's exactly what happened. Uh, I was up on her early first mixtape. Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. I like Glorilla's voice, man. I like her person. I like Glorilla's personality more than I like anything. Like her music is whatever. It's cool. I don't really. I'm too old for a lot of that shit. But her motherfucking her personality. Every clip I see of her, she just seems extremely down to earth, and I can appreciate people like that. I know she just blew up, so she just a hood chick that just blew up. So she not gonna switch up immediately, but she just seems like a genuine goofy ass little girl, you know what I mean, who got put on and because she was talented at rapping and she didn't change. So I could appreciate that. She always smiling and laughing and she seems very humble. You know what I mean? Even though her raps are obviously brash and all this, she just seems like and I can root for people like that. I can support people like that. So, I like Lotto too. There's a couple female rappers. I don't know why we talking about that, but yeah, there's a couple female rappers I like. Um, all right, so I'm gonna tell y'all my favorite thing. I'm still trying to let y'all. Laylo couldn't wait to talk about. Come on, man. He's no longer my favorite wrestler. He was on his way to being my favorite wrestler. You know what I mean? Or one up there because I thought he had a lot of potential, but then it just petered out. The whole egg thing and yeah. Come on, I don't come pause, man. I not wear Austin Theory pajamas all Christmas, man. I ain't even wear pajamas. I own actually did I no, I didn't wear my I think actually I did wear my pajama bands on Christmas Day. But they ain't have Austin Theory on them. I think they got Santa Claus on them or Christmas trees or something. I don't know. Oh man. Chelsea Green has been one of my favorite wrestlers this year. Motor City Machine Gun showing up on SmackDown was great. Yeah, but what if that was cool. I'm not a huge Motor City Machines Guns guy. So it is what it is. I'm happy for them that they getting the WWE money. So I'm definitely happy about that. You know what I mean? Good for them on that. Um, but yeah, I'm more excited that Chelsea Green won because she had a great 2024, probably the best year of her career. She just won the U.S. Championship, the inaugural Women's U.S. Championship. So shout out to her for that. But her and Piper Niven walking around being, best frenemies and doing their thing, and Chelsea just being annoying and having damn good matches. We not gonna act like she ain't fall off the top of a ladder through like four tables at Money in the Bank. Like we not gonna act like that didn't happen. You know what I mean? So she's definitely had some moments this year where you have to respect what she does. You know what I mean? Coming and seeing her from the crazy Chelsea with all the messed up makeup and stuff when she was in TNA and seeing her evolve into this beautiful, arrogant, goofy hill that she is, to where she's gotten over with the fan base and people want to see her win and be successful is awesome. So I'm happy for Chelsea Green, and what she's doing. We're gonna get into the meat and potatoes in a minute because I see somebody just mentioned Seth versus Drew. We got to talk about that. Almost is definitely inevitable. Where's Almost now? He's he's a tag team champion in another promotion. Is it Joshi? Where's he at? No, it's not. It's not TNA. It's not New Japan, obviously. He's a champion somewhere. Don't am I right? I'm pretty sure I saw that. He won a title just recently because they letting him wrestle somewhere. I know he's wrestling somewhere overseas or something. Or maybe it might not even be overseas. I don't know. But Amos is still hanging on, man. He's still hanging around. They letting him work. Shout out to Triple H and WWE for letting people work outside the company. You know what I mean? If you're not using them on TV or nothing, Pro Wrestling Noah, that's right, PWN. Um, yeah, so I'm happy for Omos, man. I think Omos is a staple. Omos needs to have a lifetime contract until you find another 7'5" guy who can move like him. You know what I mean? Because those guys don't come around that often. Like, let's just be 100% Let's keep it a whole stack. Omos is better than Andre the Giant. Did I stutter? Omos is a better professional wrestler than Andre the Giant, who is obviously considered to be on the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. A lot of people, especially old school, is Mount Rushmore. I mean, he was the face of professional wrestling, him and Hulk Hogan for a decade and a half, 2 decades. And, their moment is still the moment when it comes to WrestleManias and the history of the WWE in general. So uh, that's saying a lot. He's a better professional wrestler than Andre the Giant ever was. Now, when it comes to storytelling and all those things, maybe there's, we could talk about it, because obviously Andre was a good storyteller when he wanted to cooperate. Uh, but Omos is better at everything. He's better in the ring by 1,000%. Yeah, I mean, he's not drinking all the alcohol and eating all the food, and he's obviously in way better shape than Andre ever was in. He might be taller than Andre, if I'm not mistaken. I think Andre was like 6'11", 7 foot, but almost is a legit 7'3". It's a big dude. You know what I mean? It feels like he's like 7'5", 7'6" with the camera angles they be using. So shout out to Omos, man. Amos, Omos, however you want to say his name. Shout out to him for hanging around. Brock Lesnar likes I mean, yeah, it's somebody big for him to destroy. So I get it. My goal One of my goals in 2025 is to drink 2 of these a day. 2 gallons of water a day and stay away from sodas, which I started drinking again because of that zero sugar bullshit. They done tricked me with that shit. If I had to do some research, and they still using like fake sugar, which in some cases is worse than the actual regular sugar. So whatever. Seeing all these zero sugar drinks, they just finessing everybody. It's still not healthy. I'm just trying to, just trying to. Is this spring water? Let's just say drinking water. It's some Safeway drinking water. I don't know. Like $1.20 a bottle. You know what I mean? A jug. So yeah, I'm gonna try to drink like 2 of those a day. At least one is nothing because I'm diabetic, so I be hella thirsty anyway. You know what I mean? So I can go through. I could drink one of these drinks. Like this just started today, and you can see I'm already this shit. Well, you can't really see it on the camera, but this shit is like right here already. The day just it's only 11:30. So drink a lot of water, man. Try to flush my system because the type of diabetes I have is reversible. Type 2 diabetes is reversible. I just have to do my part. And I wasn't doing my part at 2025. I was smoking cigarettes and shit. Like I was doing all the bad stuff that that makes people sick. So all the stuff that just literally took my mother's life became a habit of mine. So those are things I'm trying to change, bro. If Amos gets a lifetime contract, Gruss has to have run as his hill manager. I'm not, listen, I'm gonna be all for that. I would definitely start a campaign to get Gruss to be his manager because he's earned that at this point. You know what I mean? He's earned that. Just like if Austin Theory blows up and becomes the world champion, everybody gotta give me my props. You know what I mean? Because I saw the vision. You know what I mean? I saw the vision. uh, almost Sig and alcohol free, bro. You could do it, man. Listen, alcohol has never been a problem for me. I don't drink like that, so I might have one drink a week, if that. Um, but yeah, smoking because I don't smoke as much weed, so I tried to supplement that by smoking cigarettes, which is obviously a horrible fucking idea. But I was, smoking cigarettes. I wouldn't like smoking like a pack a day or nothing, but I smoke a pack in like 2 or 3 days, and I just feel unhealthy. You can feel once you start smoking and the cigarette smoke gets into your body and into your lungs, it starts taking effect. You feel it. Start breathing heavier and walking and all that shit, man. Yeah, that shit crazy. Oh, your wife is like a Michelin. Damn, your wife. Oh man, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I gotta come visit y'all, man. I gotta come visit y'all. I'm a Find me on Instagram, bro. I don't know if you still follow my Instagram. I changed my Instagram to dadding like a boss. Um, or you can follow this Instagram. What is the Instagram? I don't even know the Instagram to the name to my own Instagram pages, man. It's sad. Um, oh, I got the High Definition Society page you can follow. I got like 7 Instagram pages. I have a lot of Instagram pages, so it's I'm not even logged into all of them. And I just changed my number, so you can't even text my old number and shit. Yeah, them zero sugar sodas got me last year too, bro. Them shits is no good, bro. All that shit is still poison. And I was never a soda drinker. And then that shit, I'm like, oh, zero sugar, I could drink it. Like, nah, that shit fucked up, bro. That shit fucked up. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of 2025 and the things that I enjoyed about professional wrestling, mainly WWE, really outside of a couple things in TNA and NXT, and one thing in AEW, which I already spoke on, Hangman and Swerve. Yeah, it was mainly just WWE that kept me sports entertained this year. Um, Bloodline Saga, I am just completely baffled, and maybe baffles the wrong word. I am impressed. And I shouldn't be all that surprised because Paul Heyman already said it. He literally said this. He said, this story has legs. He like, we just get started. We're in the bottom of the third inning or whatever the phrase he used. He wasn't lying. Because now if you look at the story where it is now, there's legs. This story doesn't have to end. There's more of these dudes coming in. We just got the 3 that we got in the bad bloodline, or I call them the bad bloodline because it sounds cooler. But the second bloodline, Solo's bloodline, we just got these guys this year. So they got stories to tell, and are they going to break up? Is there going to be friction within those bloodlines? Are the whole thing going to come together? One is going to have The Rock be in the head, or Roman be in the head, and maybe all of them team up to try to take down The Rock at one point. There's like 4, 5, 6 years worth of stories here, man. We already 5 years in. We are 5 years into a storyline. You got to understand, they're still bringing up things. And when I say a storyline, it's a singular storyline. They are still bringing up things from the beginning of it when Roman and Jay were beefing and Roman and Jimmy were beefing and all these things. And Sammy was when the shit first started. So it's still the same storyline. It's just evolving and there's branches, but it's still the same 5 years and counting, my niggas. Like, this shit crazy. This is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen in professional wrestling, and I am extremely happy. At first, there was a moment. Maybe I ain't gonna even. It wasn't even a long moment. It was probably like a 2-month span where I was like, all right, this bloodline shit is getting kind of stale. It was the moment. It was the point where Solo wasn't getting over. He wasn't like the Solo he is now, the confident, the funny, charismatic Solo that he's become. He wasn't that at first. When he first tried to take the reins, it was just kind of like, I'm not buying into this much. And so the storylines was kind of petering out. Like, Cody had already took the title from him. He's doing other stuff. So it's just like, what's going on? It was just kind of boring. Paul Heyman wasn't around because they took him out. So it was like, all right, but then they just revved it back up. All right, WrestleMania season coming around. They revved the shit right back up. And now we back in the trenches. Unfortunately, we just added Bronson Reed to the bloodline, which was a great decision. You know what I mean? Because everybody in the bloodline ain't a Anawani or ain't actually related. I don't even know if he was actually added. It felt like he was added to the bloodline. He was throwing up the ones and shit. You a bloodline member. Like, CM Punk was out there with the other half of the other side of the bloodline, and he wasn't throwing up the ones. He was doing the go to sleep. Like, yeah, I'm with y'all, but I'm not a part of the group. While Jonah was out there throwing up the motherfucking ones. Yeah, I'm like, so is he a part of the group? But now he's injured for months and is gonna miss WrestleMania, unfortunately, because he's had his best year of his career. And we transition talking about him. Bronson Reed was the motherfucking man this year. Like, let's start there. He was the man. This dude went on the motherfucking rampage of tsunamis. He went on a tsunami thon. That's what we gonna call what he did. He went on a tsunami thon. I mean, he crushed Seth Rollins with 6 of them things, put himself on the map. Like people knew who he was, but it wasn't like this. Him taking out Seth Rollins and putting him out for a month or two or whatever it was with 6 tsunamis, put that man on the map. You ain't about to tell me nothing different. I ain't trying to hear it. Bronson Reed was a made man after that. Well done by everybody involved. Triple H, whoever decided to that was the route we was gonna go. It was a genius booking, making him look like the monster he should look like. Then he go transition to all this stuff with, well, he didn't transit. He was doing this stuff first, I'm pretty sure. The shit with Braun Strowman and them literally destroying everything. No wall was safe. No ring was safe. No anything was safe. It was just chaos, pure chaos. They were destroying each other. Like watching them jump off the barricades onto the announce table, giving each other splashes and tsunamis, and it was crazy. Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed were one of the best parts of WWE in 2024. That little 4, 5, 6 week span where they were just going after each other at every chance and destroying everything in sight was awesome. It was like watching a fucking a kaiju fight. Literally like watching a kaiju fight. That shit was fucking awesome. You know what I mean? So Bronson Reed has done his thing, man. They didn't do the dumb thing and try and cool him off after Seth got hurt, after he took Seth out. Oh, we're gonna cool him off. Then when Seth comes back, he'll be into. Nah, he kept doing cool shit. You know what I mean? Then Seth came out, they put him right back into the mix with the war game shit. Up there in the ring, he's in the ring with Roman and CM Punk and all these guys. And he looks like he fits. He looked like he's in there with the big stars, excuse me. So, and he's a made man at that point. And then obviously War Games, and that's the very same match. He tried to do a splash off the. Why? I don't understand why. I mean, I get it. No, I'm not asking why. I get it. The splash is gotten over. Like him doing the split. First of all, if you connect, it's murder. Like let's just call it what it is. Let's start there. If you do a splash from the top of a fucking cage and you land your 400-pound body onto another man's body, he gonna die. You know what I mean? And if he die, then you going to prison. So I don't think it was a good idea anyway, but that's why they did the whole spot where CM Punk yanked Roman Reigns by the skin of his fucking teeth, because it was almost 2 injuries right there. He got out of the way by the skin of his teeth, and but he broke his fucking ankle, man. That shit looked nasty too, man. Shattered his shit, bro. So you jump or you do a splash, and for him to break his ankle like doing a splash, like it was, first of all, I don't know how your ankle hit before your gut, because you got a lot of belly. You know what I mean? But that's when you're doing a splash, you're thinking about protecting whoever it is. So you try and land on your feet. But yeah, you don't want from that high up and you that big, you got to go belly first, bro. You got to hope you bounce off the mat like boing, boing, boing. Because man, your foot hitting first. You saw his foot, man. That shit was all the way to this. I was like, oh no, he's done. He's done. You saw those photos come out later that night or the next day. It was like, oh man, we ain't gonna see Bronson Reed for a while. It looks like Triple H, like, yeah, I think it's gonna be a while. Like, yeah, nigga, I bet it is. I bet it is. Oh man, fuck the world. 15-year anniversary is this year, bro. This year. Fuck the world. My very first studio album, my very first label release, the very first album we put out under High Definition Society at Interlude Records. Half of the album was produced by the homie in the chat right now, Bad Habit. Still one of my best pieces of work. Probably one of the greatest album covers in hip hop history, all of hip hop history. I stand on that. That album cover was geniusly done by one of my homeboys back then. Yeah, man. Yeah. Shout out to Fuck the World. FTW. You know what I mean? 15-year anniversary. What month did we drop that? I think it was like October, April or October. I don't remember what month. I'm gonna go on iTunes or some or Apple Music or whatever and see when it dropped. But yeah, man, 15 years since I dropped my first studio album, man. That's crazy, bro. I'm old as fuck. Damn. I'm old as fuck. Yeah, the intro, bro. The intro does it every time, bro. You can't listen, man. The tracks, I mean, Nah Joe coming in at number two, like the pace and the energy on that album, bro. You know what I mean? Was just it was epic. You with them horns and them strings, bro. You know what I mean? Straight beats coming in with his man. I listen, man. Skrilla coming through with his shit. Like, listen, man, I had when I had the motherfucking I had the sauce because I had the producers to back me up, man. That's why I was so confident, honestly. You know what I mean? I always had the fire ass beats because I knew how to pick good producers. You know what I mean? And my man Anton was definitely one of the greats. You know what I mean? Damn, bro, bro, you I tell y'all go back and listen to my first two albums. You know what I mean? Because he produced half of both of them joints for the most part. Fuck the World and Life in High Definition. Because you had a lot of tracks on Life in High Definition too. And you had a couple tracks. Did you have a couple tracks on Life Was Never Die? I'm pretty sure you had a couple tracks on Life Was Never Die. Who produced the Thirst? I don't know if you did the Thirst. I don't know if you had a track on Life Was Never Die, but I know the first two albums you was all over them joints because you was fully gang at that point. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man, wrestling's been on fire. We done had some good things happen. Like I said, Bronson Reed's been one of the best things. What else? Let's talk about some of the stuff on the ladies' side, man. We had two new championships introduced on the women's side. We finally got women's mid card titles, which I have been begging for forever. And now it feels like we have too many belts. I'm like, I'm like, damn, do we need two mid card titles? Like, we could have had one, but I understand with the whole Netflix thing and them separating the brands as much as they are. I kind of understand it because you got Raw and you got SmackDown, and one of the shows on Netflix, and I'm sure it's probably going to be a harder brand split than it has been the last couple years because they've been kind of doing whatever, especially with Cody. Um, it's going to be kind of a harder brand split. So I understand them needing to have the women's mid card title on both shows so they can have at least two women's title storylines on each 3 hour broadcast, which if SmackDown is going to be 3 hours, cool. I'm with it. I'm with it. Um, but yeah, they introduced the new titles. They put them on the right people. Chelsea Green got the US title. And who got the fucking IC title? Lyra don't. Oh no, they about to do the finals on Monday, right? Yeah, I'm tripping. They haven't even finished it yet. Nobody got it. Yeah, Lyra. I would imagine Lyra will win it. You know what I mean? I would imagine Lyra. They like her. She's good in the ring. So I could imagine her winning it. Yeah, Jada Parker, a bad bitch, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Jada Parker is a bad bitch. She know it too. God damn, she's a bad bitch, bro. Like I ain't. Whew, man. Damn, bro. Every time I watch that show, I'd be like, is she a wrestler? I mean, she a decent wrestler, but just look like an Instagram model. I don't know. She didn't even look. She looked like this girl I met this weekend. I ain't gonna even lie. I met this girl. Man, I'll show y'all this girl. I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I don't even want. She ain't gonna ever see this channel. Maybe she will. You know what I mean? But I met this girl. I ain't even hit her up. She might have DM me back too. Yep, she sure did. But hold on. I be DMing, bro. I'm terrible at talking to women now, bro. Cause I be bored. I be meeting girls and getting their numbers and shit just to make sure I could do it. And then I be like, all right, I'm good. And then I never call them and shit. But look at this broad, dog. I just met this girl. I mean, I guess she don't look exactly like, but she kind of remind me of Jada Parker a little bit. Can't really see the picture that good. I'm putting her on blast. I'm doxing her and shit. Fuck it. It's just her Instagram account. But this bitch is bad, bro. Like, god damn, look at her and her sisters, bro. She the one in the yellow. Bitch, look at this bitch, bro. Let me tell you quick story, sidetrack, quick story. I met her at the casino on New Year's Eve. She was with another dude, but I don't be giving no fuck. So he was in there playing poker. And I walked smack up to her because she came outside. I was outside hitting the J. She came outside and was just sitting there by herself. I'm like, why this fucking 6 foot tall, gorgeous Amazonian beautiful woman sitting out here by where's the guy? I'm expecting the dude to like be right by. I ain't see no dude come out in like 15 seconds. I was like, well, I guess it's mine then. I went smack over like, yeah. And she was immediately, I'm here with somebody. And I was like, okay, what the fuck they got to do with me? First of all, I'm, the drip is always on point. So when they do give you the whole up and down look, after because their first initial reaction, I'm with somebody, don't talk to me, blah blah blah. Shane say don't talk to me, but I immediately, soon as you say anything out your mouth, they're immediately trying to like be like, nah. And then they give you the look at that, be like, okay, wait a minute. be like, be like, wait a minute, okay, all right. Okay, let me be a little friendlier. So then the veil comes down a little bit. He in there playing poker. I'm just out here chill. They start sparking a conversation, so you don't end the conversation immediately. But I'm just like, oh, that's what's up. You know what I mean? He done left you out here playing. Then I start straight haterade. You know what I mean? I don't even know. I usually don't do this. Yeah, you know I mean, it wasn't even that bad because I try to be conscious of this. You know what I mean? Even though I don't know this man, I don't try to be no hater even on dudes I know. Even if I'm trying to take your bitch. Like I still ain't trying to hate on you. But I was still like, I was like, how is you out here and there sitting down playing poker on New Year's Eve? Like this shit don't make no sense to me. It's like, cause I'm looking at you. I'm like, man, fuck them cards. Like I'm gassing her head. I can see her. She's like, I know, right? I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean, then she asked me if I wanted to step off and get a drink. Hand to God. She was like, so you want to step off and go talk? This is me. Remember, after the first words out of her mouth was, I'm here with somebody, blah, blah, blah. I was like, she, all that shit immediately with her when she actually looked at me and saw the drip and like I wasn't no dusty bum ass nigga just trying to talk to her. She was like, okay. So she was like, we just gotta, because he was in there playing poker. We had to walk past the whole poker room. So she was like, all right, I'm gonna go in first and I'll meet you downstairs. So we doing some slick shit. Like she walked in, I waited like 3 minutes, walked in after, walked downstairs, went down the escalators at MGM from the poker room, and then we met downstairs. We had like 2 drinks, smoked a J. She smoked, you know what I mean? Like this girl, she's Lebanese and she smokes, you know what I mean? It's like, I was like, oh man, I might have. And she's like she's like 37 with no kids, looks the way she does, works out 5 days a week, knows how to I'm like, yo, bitch, you might be the one. But you know what I mean, I just DM'd her today, like, hey, what's good? I ain't forget to hit you up because I told her I was gonna hit her up. But yeah, just funny story because she was definitely with somebody. That's why I told that story because don't trust these hoes. That's basically why I told that story. What does it tell you? I bagged the bitch while she was out with another dude. Like, don't trust them. I would not trust these women in modern times. I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Oh man. Oh, your wife was a chef in Lebanon for 6 years? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's wild. Yeah, she was Lebanese, bro. This girl is beautiful. I'm gonna try. I just don't have time to be putting in effort with women these days, bro. I got so much going on in my life. Like if a woman ain't all over me or making it blatantly clear that she wants my attention, then I'm not putting in no effort. You know what I mean? Which is, probably why I'm single still. You know what I mean? Because they definitely be knocking. I just be like, what do you want? I'm busy. But yeah, wrestling. Back to wrestling. So a lot of good stuff going on in the women's division, man. A lot of good stuff going on. Becky Lynch is returning this coming Monday. We all know that. Maybe we might get Charlotte Flair, but I feel like Charlotte's gonna be on SmackDown when she comes back. I feel like Charlotte gonna be on SmackDown when she comes back, so that might, you know, might not see her on Monday, might see her on Friday, especially if they're gonna be 3 hours. The first I think this coming Friday is gonna be 3 hours. So I would definitely expect to see Charlotte Flair. We already got Chad Gable moving over to SmackDown, so they're trying to fill out that roster a little bit. Um, But yeah, what else happened good in the women's division in WWE? Was there a lot of stuff? I'm interested to find out who hurt Jade Cargill in the Who Done It storyline they got her in. I'm looking forward to Naomi or Bianca, either one being a heel, because we just need some new energy in the women's division from one of the sisters. Um, you know, yeah, I like what they did with Lash Legend and Jakari. Is that her name, Jakara? I'm not too familiar. I'm more familiar with her Instagram page than I am with her actually wrestling. Because that girl, I mean, she's a looker. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. And Lash Legend is a beast. Lash Legend is a beast, boy. She is out here body slamming Piper Niven like it's nothing. You know what I mean? Picking up Nia Jackson. She doing all these crazy. I didn't even know she had it like that. I didn't know she was, that strong. I mean, you look at her thighs and her legs and be like, all right, but you got something with you, but yeah, she's a beast, bro. Lash Legend is a beast. She actually has something, and they got charisma, and they're entertaining, and so we'll see. We haven't seen much of them the last couple weeks, but they were around for about a month and a half. Um, and yeah, man, it's a lot of good stuff going on in pro wrestling, man. A lot of women's division, but the meat and potatoes, man, the stuff we really got to talk about, man. One of my heroes. I use that word loosely. The reason I have a Space Boy tattoo on this arm, on the back of my arm, I have a tattoo that says Space Boy, um, is because of this wrestler, CM Punk. Everything he's done with Seth Rollins and especially Drew McIntyre in 2024 uh, was creme de la creme. When I say the best of the, we are getting some of the greatest work in one of the greatest professional wrestlers' careers at this stage of his career. Saying that is crazy to me. Like saying CM Punk is better than he was in 2011 is just wild to me. You know what I mean? But I think he might be. You know what I mean? I think he might be better now than he was when he was cutting the pipe bomb. When he was having a match at Money in the Bank against John Cena, and he was having the matches against Chris Jericho, and Jeff Hardy and all these different things. Like I think he's better. I think he's better now. Like, which is crazy. He might not be better in ring. He might be better in ring. I don't know if his in ring has changed too much. I just be so worried about it getting hurt that I'm more fearful when he's wrestling in ring because I'm like, please don't snap an ankle or a tricep or anything. Don't tear something, please. So it's a little more anxiety when I'm watching his matches because I'm like, please don't actually get hurt because you old as fuck. But you know, CM Punk is still CM Punk when it comes to that microphone, man. And he makes everybody step their game up. It ain't no way in the motherfucking way. Listen, let's start here. You ain't about to tell me that motherfucking Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins were two of the best promos in wrestling ever. You weren't about to tell me that at no point in their careers before CM Punk came back around and start going back and forth with these Bammers. Neither one of them were that good on the microphone. They were good enough. They were good enough. Yeah, I mean, they were good enough. You could put the title on them, trust them with the belts, trust them to come out and cut they cool heel or babyface promos, whatever they were doing to get the point across to try to build the match. But it wasn't nothing legacy building, nothing life changing, nothing that fed families when it came to Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre on the mic. And now, look at these niggas. These motherfuckers is two of the best promos in the business. You saw what Seth Rollins did the other day. He stood toe to toe with CM Punk, which most people can't do. People get eviscerated. When you go up against people like CM Punk, John Cena, you go up against people like this, you don't survive microphone back and forth. You just take the L and you keep it moving and hope you have a good match. Seth Rollins literally stood toe to toe with that man. He went at him, brought up talked about how the man ain't got no kids. You know what I mean? He told a bunch of personal shit. Like these motherfuckers going back and forth, and that shit was intense. It was all real. That shit felt real. When Drew McIntyre was going back and forth with CM Punk, that shit felt real. It felt like these niggas really don't like each other, and I'm 100% sure they backstage talking about every single thing they gonna say. You know what I mean? Like, ha ha ha, this was gonna get him. Ha ha ha, here, let's. You know what I mean? They talking about all that shit. You know what I mean? Because they about that paper. They about the business. There's three men who are about the business of pro wrestling, and they don't let their feelings interfere with the business of pro wrestling. That's why they all eating really, really good right now, and they will continue to eat through this WrestleMania season and many more to come. Because this is the best version of Drew McIntyre we've ever seen. This might be the best version of Seth Rollins we've ever seen. You know what I mean? So it's and CM Punk, this very well may be the best version of CM Punk we've ever seen. You know what I mean? So it's all this shit is CM Punk, bro. It's all CM Punk. Like everything. Paul Heyman being able to, tie in CM Punk to the bloodline, and we could stretch out the bloodline story and add more layers to that because of CM Punk and involving Paul Heyman and the favor or whatever the favor is and all that stuff that's eventually probably come back to haunt the bloodline. You know what I mean? And Roman Reigns and all these different things. Like all this shit that CM Punk is doing is great. And let's start here. The nigga's been injured more than he's been healthy since he's returned. Let's start there. He ain't even been healthy as much as he's been injured since he got back. You know what I mean? So we got to shout out Drew McIntyre for holding down the promos when CM Punk wasn't on TV every week. And CM Punk, when he would come back, they just get right back into it. The shot where the fucking the door raised up in the back in the arena and in the parking lot or whatever, you just saw CM Punk's bloody body sitting there, and you just saw the silhouette of Drew McIntyre standing over him, looking like a fucking savage. Like, man, these motherfuckers have dominated 2024. I don't want to say completely dominated because Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland I mean, this feud is 1A. They were 1B. Like, let's be clear. Like, they were pretty much doing the same shit, just two different networks, two different programs. It was all great. But this one takes the cake for me because of the microphone skills of both participants. The personal, how personal they made it, even though Strickland and obviously I want to keep going back to it, but Hangman and Strickland made they shit super prego. He burning down his childhood home and all kind of shit. So they made they found ways to make their shit super personal. But the Drew McIntyre CM Punk shit felt actually personal. Like it was some actual shit because they were bringing up stuff from them backstage. How CM Punk was, not the nicest guy when, Drew was trying to get help from him. And the same thing with Seth. Seth and Drew sound like some bitch ass niggas. I'm glad they heels because they do not. They sound like some. I mean, they could be babyface to be like, yo, you sound like a bitch right now. Stop crying, bro. Like, what are you crying about? The nigga didn't pick up your phone call? Like, really? Nigga didn't answer your phone call? Maybe he was going through some shit. You selfish motherfucker. You ever think about that? It's like he the one who just quit the company. Maybe he didn't want to talk to nobody. You think you the only one he ain't pick up the phone for? Like, this shit just seems very narcissistic and like bitch made of both of them for the reasons they mad at CM Punk. But I mean, it is what it is. If we're gonna get these promos and these matches out of it, I don't give a fuck what the reason is. Honestly, but this shit has been fucking awesome, bro. Let's start there. This shit has been fucking awesome. Can Seth Rollins quit? Well, look, he came out in all black. He wore a suit last week. I'm really hoping that because CM Punk keeps trashing, CM Punk keep roasting him. You know what I mean? And he don't even be doing it like focusing on it. He just be like roasting them in mid conversation. Be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Come out with your stupid theme song, dressed like an idiot. You know what I mean? You think these things. And everybody just be like, yeah, he does do that. That is exactly. So he's come out dressed a little more, I don't know what the word is, a little more chill. He had all, but it's still a little androgynous, if you will, the way he dresses. Yeah, I hate it. I hate the way he dresses. It's stupid. I hate his laugh. I hate the way he dresses. It's all very annoying. But when he comes out like he's come out the last couple weeks, and like I just told you, CM Punk brings the best out of everybody, man. He brings the best out of everybody. We have never seen this fucking Seth Rollins or this good of especially Drew McIntyre. We've never seen this. You know what I mean? And they were both already great, both already putting together Hall of Fame careers. You know what I mean? CM Punk comes around and it's a stamp. It's like, okay, yep, the stamp. And everybody's going to talk about whenever they do retire the feud that they had with CM Punk, both of those guys. So Gotta shout out everything CM Punk has done, and you gotta shout out AEW because I'm pretty sure they're feeling like the New York Giants right now, giving away Saquon Barkley for nothing. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're feeling like that. You know what I mean? They did the exact same shit. Now you watching Saquon run for 2,000. Now they watching CM Punk draw hella numbers. You know what I mean? They drawing crazy numbers. You know what I mean? So, Punk making hella bread over there, telling amazing stories that, AEW wish they could be telling right now because they were telling them when CM Punk was around, him and MJF and, all these different things. Even him and Hangman, even though they start beefing immediately afterwards, him and Dart, all these different things, man. Like they had it. And because Tony Khan is a horrible manager of talent, he's not a good boss at all. I mean, he let the inmates literally run the asylum and tell them what the fuck it do and have control, which they still do. He wasn't able to smooth that situation over so everybody could go back to making money. He let them little boys in the elite, show that they were little boys and not grown men. You know what I mean? They were little boys when it came to business. CM Punk was 100% right. Those guys were children. You know what I mean? They out there, standing up for their friend. I mean, you said something bad about my friend. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up. We out here trying to make these millions. Nobody give a fuck about you taking up for your friend because I said something bad about it. Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Apparently he says he didn't get him fired or whatever. So, I actually believe him on that. How you gonna get somebody fired? I mean, I'm not gonna work here. I'm not gonna sign here if Colt Cabana's still here. All right, motherfucker. Well, you just not coming back to wrestling then. Like, what the fuck? I doubt that was a thing that CM Punk did. You know what I mean? MJF did not fall off. AEW fell off. MJF has nothing to go off of. Who's he gonna feud with? The Kingdom, Adam Cole. After Adam Cole came back and confused every fucking body by not even acting like MJF didn't even exist for a while, like, nigga, ain't he the reason that you out? Like, I'm so confused on what's happening right now. What is Adam Cole supposed to be doing? You know what I mean? Then they get back in each other, MJF start making fun of Adam Cole's body, and I'm just like, we going back to this well again. He don't have nobody to work with, bruh. You know what I mean? MJF, he needs to go back to feuding with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, and like it's him feuding with Adam Cole just ain't it, bro. I'm sorry. Adam Cole is not a superstar in wrestling. He's just not. And it's mainly because of his look. He doesn't look like he could beat anybody up. On God, you put me in a room with Adam Cole and you lock the door, I feel like I'm coming out the room. I feel like I'm walking out the room. And he gonna be stood back like, listen, I got hands. I don't know, unless he super kick me in real life and get a good one in. You know what I mean? I'm talking shit. Adam Cole might whoop my ass. He might be a trained fighter. But just off the looks, I would beat the shit out that boy. Yeah, like I'm taller than him. You know what I mean? What he 5'10"? You know what I mean? I'm 6 foot tall. I beat the shit out of Adam Cole. You know what I mean? It's like we weigh the same. You know what I mean? Or I might weigh more than him at this point. I don't think he 200 pounds of no crazy shit. Like I'm 175. He probably weigh around the same as me. You know what I mean? It's like I beat the shit out that boy. And I don't want to look at no wrestler that look, I don't want to watch a wrestler that looks like I can beat his ass. Like I'm just saying, I don't want to. Like I don't care if you like I couldn't beat R-Truth's ass. I don't care how many jokes he tells. That motherfucker kicked my ass. Like he's a big dude. Rey Mysterio's small as shit. I don't think I could beat up Rey Mysterio. Yeah, I mean Rey Mysterio thick. That's a pause. He a thick boy. Yeah, I mean Rey Mysterio might fuck me up. He 5'5". I don't know how to. But MJF needs people to work with, man. He needs people to work with. He needs his peanut butter to his jelly. He needs his sugar to his Kool-Aid. He needs something, man. He needs something. Oh, man. Redman got a new album out? I ain't know that. I don't listen to much hip-hop these days, bro. I don't know much about anything that's happening in rap. So asking me something about, sometimes I'll fall into a rabbit hole on YouTube and listen to drill rap for like 2 hours, but I won't be listening to the music. I'll just be watching the documentaries about all these fucking zoo animals that continue to murder each other for no fucking reason, for clout, and then get drill rap has to be the stupidest creation in the history of creations. Like, you see what Lil Durk going through right now. Dumbass niggas. I have no sympathy for them niggas. I don't want to see nobody in jail. As a nigga from the streets, I don't want to see nobody locked up. That shit whack as fuck. You know what I mean? Especially off a nigga snitching. Like I definitely don't want to see nobody in jail off no nigga snitching. That shit crazy. You know what I mean? Let's start there. But niggas snitched on themselves. Like you document the shit. You document the shit on wax, nigga. You talking about all the murders you committed on wax, nigga. You talking about paying niggas off and sending people, flying people out to murder other people on wax, nigga. You stupid. You dumb. You deserve to go to jail, nigga. Even if you don't go to jail for murder, nigga, you need to go to jail because you stupid. You know what I mean? Y'all some dumbass niggas, man. That shit crazy, bro. Why these young niggas, and they be like and it's because they young and they stupid. And all they care about is fame. That's what you look at social media now. Everything is just clout chasing. How can I get views and clicks and likes and shit like that? And that's the part of the shit that be turning me off to the internet, period. That's why I can go months without posting on any of my social medias or without streaming, because I just be turned off to the shit. Because everybody goofy on this shit. It's like everybody literally is just doing some goofy shit trying to get attention. You know what I mean? I never had to do that. Like I know I could dress well, I know how to speak, and I had a presence about me, and that was enough to get me attention. I ain't have to do no goofy shit. I ain't have to go do no stupid ass dance. Dancing ain't stupid. You want to do some dances, you get attention. That's cool. I ain't mad at that. But just do it like all these pranks. You got this one little girl going around throwing up gang signs in gang neighborhoods and all people rushing, just taking chances with your life that you don't need to take just for clout and for money. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm good on that, bro. Like, I'm good on that. As bad as I need money right now. You know what I mean? I'm broke as shit. I ain't gonna lie. So I need money. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit up here and do some shit that compromises who I am or my integrity to get that. You know what I mean? I'm just never gonna do that, man. Social media whack as fuck, bro. I'm just watching people left and right just do the stupidest shit. And these niggas out here self-snitching. Like murdering niggas, getting on Instagram live and making fun of the niggas that they just killed and shit like that. I'm like, niggas niggas need to be in jail. Like, well, you need, like, I don't, there needs to, we need to make a island for stupid people or something. Even if it ain't jail, we need to just all idiots go to an island. And y'all got to stay over there where all the people with common sense and intelligence and morals, we stay here. You know what I mean? But y'all got to go somewhere else. You know what I mean? I wish there was a way to separate people like that. Like we ain't separating people by race in 2025 and by ethnicity. All that shit is passe. That's that old school bullshit. You know what I mean? We separating people by intellect and common sense. If you lack those two things, you can't be around normal citizens. Let's just call it there. Let's start there. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. We shit. I'm in my 40s, Gruss. We move way different than they do now, man. Niggas was not. I was scared as hell. I'll do some dirt, talk about that shit, boy. I ain't, what? You talking about nothing, especially on social media? You trying to go to jail? Like, I just don't. I don't get it. But whatever, man. These dudes dumb as hell, man. These dudes dumb as hell. Yeah, you do be into the instruments and stuff. Sure fucking do. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's a lot. It's a lot going on in professional wrestling. CM Punk is still the king to me, which is crazy. That's crazy to think about. The man come right back and he's still the king. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna take nothing away from Roman. Roman is obviously the tribal chief. He's the big dog. He's the top guy. But CM Punk is right there with him, bro. They the same to me. I can't say who's 1A and 1B, 1C. Like they both are interchangeable. Those are the two top guys in the company. You know what I mean? CM Punk and Roman Reigns, there's no denying that anymore. You know what I mean? Those are the two best players in the company. Whatever programs they're a part of, are gonna get heat. They gonna do numbers. You know what I mean? I throw the Rock in there, but the Rock ain't. No, I won't throw the Rock in there because the Rock ain't never around. I don't even know what the fuck he about to do for WrestleMania. Because I don't like the fact that he could just pop up and change the plans of everything that motherfuckers is building. It keeps them from being able to build the storylines properly. You know what I mean? Because they don't know if he coming back or what. You know what I mean? So that shit kind of annoying to me. I ain't gonna lie. That shit kind of annoying. Let's start right there. Um, I'm putting some bread up, Gruss, for a hip hop media channel. I just need some editing experience. Hmm. What kind of hip hop media channel? What kind of hip hop media channel? See, that's the thing, Gruss. That's the thing, Anton. Like while since I quit making music, like I got into these guys know, I got into the whole tech shit. So, the editing, the cameras, all that shit, like I could do all that shit. Like I could professionally edit some shit if I want to. It's just it takes so much time to do that shit. If I'm not getting paid $50 an hour or something that's gonna make it make sense, then it's just like I'm sitting down here clicking these fucking buttons, doing all this shit. Is tedious, bro. Editing, especially if you're doing some real good editing, like that shit is tedious. You know what I mean? I know how to do it. I'm very good at it, but it's just I could spend a whole day editing a fucking 20-minute, 30-minute clip. You know what I mean? Spend 8, 9, 10 hours editing some shit that's gonna be 30 minutes to an hour. And it's just like, fuck. I gotta really be making some bread, or it's gotta make sense for me to invest that time right now. Cause I gotta everything I gotta do. Like right now, I haven't been streaming because I'm just like streaming don't make me no money. Like I don't get a dime from this. So it's just like I do it because I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. I love talking about wrestling, love talking about sports, love talking about music, love talking about all the shit we talk about on this channel. So I just love coming to hang out with you guys. Like y'all guys, y'all my boys at this point. I ain't never even met y'all niggas in person, but I've known y'all for like 4 or 5 years. So it's crazy. It would be crazy for me to be like, yeah, that's not my homeboy. Like I know I spent more time with y'all on this stream than I have with some of my actual friends. You know what I mean? On real life. So we done had 8, 9 hour streams in this bitch before. So, you know, y'all the homies. So I gotta come in and check in with y'all just like today. Let me go check in on the homies. And just like I thought, everybody was there as soon as I fucking hit live. 5, 10 minutes later, the gang is here. So, that's why I do this shit. I don't do this shit for money. If it eventually brings me money, which I hope it does at some point, you know what I mean? Cool. But it's gonna take more than the 5 of us, 6 of us hanging out. You know what I mean? So, it is what it is, man. I'm here because I'm here because I love being here because I love doing this shit because I appreciate y'all and y'all efforts to even get me to the point to where I can blow up. Because if it don't start with y'all, then it ain't no start. So y'all keep coming back and showing the kid love, man. That shit definitely helps out, man. So I don't know, man. I was working on chopped and screw music back in '97. Oh shit, word. Yeah, some of these kids are creative, but not a lot of them. A lot of them just copy each other. There, there are some creative kids. It's just they don't get the attention that the knuckleheads get. The girls, the little girls that's twerking and talking about they pussy on, and the little dudes that's doing drills and rapping about it and going to prison and dying. Those are the people that we ain't about to get into no whole deep stuff because I just had this conversation with my homie yesterday. But we know why this shit is happening. We know why those specific artists get the attention and get the platforms to push their product. Yeah, I mean, we know why these things happen. Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna let's start there. We're not gonna sit up here and act like we don't know exactly why that shit is happening, my G. We know it's the system. The shit is rigged. We supposed to be dying and murdering each other and eating the worst food so we have heart disease and cancer and diabetes. We supposed to be doing these things because that's they plan, my G. That shit is all put in motion by some people, the puppeteers, my nigga. Like we not gonna sit up here and act like we don't already know this. Everybody already know this shit. So we not about to sit up here and act like we don't know this shit. But we ain't even about to take it there right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. On the strength of your passion, I gotta watch some. Hey man, wrestling is bigger than it's ever been. Wrestling WWE Raw just went to Netflix. Um, SmackDown is doing numbers. Wrestling is more popular. Maybe not more popular because obviously from 96 to 99 was probably the most popular era. 97 to 99 the NWO, the Attitude Era, which didn't last very long at all. You know what I mean? But that era, that 2-3 years was the most popular era of wrestling. But I feel like for longevity purposes and overall, this is the greatest era of professional wrestling. The wrestling is 1,000% better. Let's just go start there. Like everybody can wrestle. Like the little guys, the big guys be doing flips and shit now. Like it's crazy. Everybody can wrestle now. The production value is way better than it used to be. Wrestlers are making 2, 3, 4, $5 million a year to fake fight in their underwear. The shit is fucking crazy, man. Wrestling's bigger than it's ever been. These motherfuckers getting bags now. They got other companies they can go to for competition. Even if the other companies aren't as big, they can still get the bag though. Tony Khan got the money. Yeah, you know what I mean, he might not have the common sense to be able to run, or the business sense to be able to run a professional wrestling promotion, but he got the money to pay everybody. So people getting bags now. Everything about wrestling is better. Everything. You know what I mean? So it's a good time to get in, man. If you haven't been a fan of wrestling, it's definitely a good time to get in. You know what I mean? I would recommend, if you want to find something to go and get into, I would definitely recommend the shit I was just talking about. If you go watch some clips on YouTube, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins, you'll probably get sucked right back in, pause, because everything they do just feels so real, even though we all know it's all staged and mostly scripted and all these different things. It's just so fucking entertaining because it really feels like they hate each other with a passion. Who's the number one CM Punk hater? You talking about Two Face? You talking about Two Face, man? I don't know where Two Face is, man. Two Face done disappear. He's doing his own thing now. I guess I wasn't consistent enough for him, or I don't know, man. It's just crazy how when I started the channel, everybody's talking about, man, Laylo, I'm so happy you did this and you invited me to do this, and man, I needed this so much, and you don't even know, bro. You helped me get through these. But when I need niggas, it's crickets. It'd be crickets like a motherfucker. Motherfuckers be like, yeah, fuck what you're talking about. I'm gonna go do my own shit. I'm gonna just take all your ideas and go do my own shit. Which is, hey, man, it is what it is, man. I don't listen. Loyalty is not something I rely on, bro. Like people being loyal and holding me down and treating me how I treat them. I realize now that is not something that I should ever expect in the same in the same, aspect. I'm like, people aren't going to treat me how I treat them always. You know what I mean? And vice versa. Maybe somebody treats me a little bit better than I treat them. It can happen. But when it comes to shit like this, and you know, I'm reaching out to niggas because I'm drowning, y'all. Like I'm drowning. When I'm telling you I'm drowning, I'm going through all types of depression, and I'm in a dark, dark place, and I just need the same niggas that told me I helped pull them up out that dark place. I just needed these same niggas to just like, hey, bro, just hop on a stream with me so I could talk. You know what I mean? So I can have somebody to interact with and maybe have a little bit of fun with. You know what I mean? Could pull up. Let's start working on some shit. And then, you know, it just be like, this, that, and the third. Niggas just it's all but then it's niggas can't do it. But then you see niggas on their social medias posting all kind of original content, wrestling content. Like niggas wasn't even thinking about doing no wrestling content before they start working with me. Niggas wasn't even thinking about it. None of them. You know what I mean? Physics, none of them. I bought Physics a camera just so he could do this shit. Like, I ain't heard from this nigga since I stopped streaming. Like, my mom died. I almost died. Like, holidays done passed. Like, I ran into him at MGM. I ain't got no issue with it. It just is what it is. But I ran into him at MGM at one time, I told y'all, maybe a year ago. It was like around the holidays, 2023. So, but it's like, niggas ain't really, like, homies is different. Like, when you say you homies with somebody, you homies. You know what I mean? It's like, it was clear that I was just working with them niggas. Like I just giving opportunities to niggas that, like wrestling, and it was cool because we all like wrestling. We had great times doing the channel and all that shit. And I still got love for those guys, and but everybody doing their own thing. Like Physics is still using the camera that I bought him to make wrestling content to do his movie content. I'm not gonna call and be like, "Yo, give my camera back." It's like that would be weird. I'm not gonna do that. He did so much for the channel when he was a part of it. So I gotta thank him for what he did do when he was around. Same with Two Face. When he was around, we had a blast. El Champion was a whole thing. His CM Punk hate was his whole thing. Like it was, we had gimmicks and we had things that we were doing that were funny that you guys interacted with that made the channel fun, and it made it fun for me to do it. Now my life got in the way, so it made it harder for me to be available. You know what I mean? As much as I wanted to be, for a long period of time, for over a year, really. I've kind of been fickle with this shit. So I understand cats not being ready, just ready to jump, but at least have a conversation with a nigga. Be like, yo, bro, everything good? Can we make some plans? What kind of plan? Like niggas ain't never hit me up with no ideas. Like, and I mean never. When I tell you niggas ain't never hit like, yo, maybe we should try this, lay low. Maybe you ever thought about maybe we should do about never. Nobody ain't never hit me with nothing. I gotta come up with all the ideas, the plans. I gotta pull people together. I gotta buy the fucking equipment. Soon as a nigga gets sick, or soon as a nigga go through some shit, everybody fucking disappear. That's why I tell you, man. That's why I tell you, man. Sometimes it's better to just be by yourself, man. Sometimes it's better to do things by yourself and be by yourself because like I'm fine with all that shit, but it just hurt a little bit. You know what I mean? It just hurt. Like, damn. I had niggas backs. I was whatever niggas needed to make these streams happen and make us doing what we were loving to do for a while happen. Like I was gonna do that shit. Whether it's buying cameras, buying lights, I was mailing Trav equipment. You know what I mean? It's like everything came out my pocket. Everything y'all saw on this channel, my nigga. But getting the interview, when I did that, I had to pay Leo Rush for that interview. Getting all the fucking drops on fucking, what's that site where you get all the shout outs to do the intro? I had to pay for all that shit, my nigga. It's hundreds up into the thousands of dollars that I'm spending on shit. You know what I mean? So we can have fun to do this shit. Not making a fucking dime. Nigga, we not making $0. I'm not monetized on this channel. Like, we not making $0. We're on no merch line. Making $0. I'm spending hella time. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I just, I'm over expecting people to treat me like I treat them. You know what I mean? I learned that lesson the hard way with my baby mother. You know what I mean? I learned it through friendships and providing opportunities for other people. It's tough, man. It's tough. It makes you cynical sometimes. Like, do I want to even help anybody ever again? But if you ask around my city, around this city, that's all I've ever done was provide people with opportunities. You know what I mean? It's like even in music. Like, I mean, we're one of the guys that's in the chat right now a vouch for me. Like he was a part of my crew because he was a dope producer. Nobody really knew who Anton was, who Bad Abbott was. He starts sending me beats. We start working together. Now everybody know Bad Abbott is Laylo's producer. You know what I mean? And he's becoming a name in the city to where he can start working with other super talented artists, just like myself. I think he worked with Muggsy Malone at one point. I'm not sure. I think Abbott worked with Kingpin. Did you work with Kingpin Slim at one point, bro? But he don't work with some heavy hitters in the city. You know what I mean? Let's just start there. You know what I mean? Bad Abbott done put in his work because he's extremely talented. You know what I mean? And I felt like I gave that man straight beats, the same. You know what I mean? Wasn't really doing a whole lot. And that's why I brought them in, because they weren't tied to anybody. And I said, we're going to start our group. This is our group. You know what I mean? It wasn't no negotiation. None niggas was down. They was down. They was like, hell yeah, nigga, let's do this. HD Society, nigga. That was the first iteration of the high definition society. You know what I mean? When it comes to the music. And Anton was a part of that, man. So y'all don't even know, man. That's my bro. You know what I mean? That's my bro right there. Like we go back 15, 20 years, man. That's my guy. So, the blog era was tough, man. If we had this internet shit like the way it is now, bro, you already know I'd be dominating this shit, bro. I'd be dominating this shit with the way my work ethic was and the way I was dropping music and the way we was going, nigga. I was showing up on every blog, nigga. Like me and Abbott was on every blog. We was killing this shit. You know what I mean? Especially when Fuck the World dropped and I signed the Interlude Records and I actually had a label behind me and all these different things. Like, nigga, we was a well-oiled machine. But I still had, even when I was signed to Interloop, I had my own thing with Bad Abbott and Straight Beats. Like that was my crew. You know what I mean? They was my crew. So yeah, South by Southwest, bro. The good old days, man. The good old days. The good old blog and festival era, bro. Damn, man. I do be missing that shit, bro. The Nas show, man. Listen, a lot of these guys don't know about this because I be talking about my music and I play videos and shit. A lot of the guys that be watching these streams, they don't know about a whole lot of the shit because it's all this shit is so past tense and this ain't a music channel. So even though I'll play my videos sometimes just to let them know, they don't be knowing I did all these things, man. They don't be knowing that I did tours with Maya and the Clips, and I did shows with Nas and Rakim and the Locks, and man, we did so much, bro. We did so much, man. Got hella features from industry art. Like we did a lot, bro. We did a lot. You know what I mean? Oh, COVID, yeah, COVID's what got me in all this tech shit, bro. I picked up a camera and all this shit, learned how to stream and all this shit because of COVID, bro. That shit got me. It wasn't COVID. I take that back. It was 2K. 2K got me started because I was already doing setup videos and all kind of crazy shit before COVID hit. But when COVID hit, I really start like diving into the shit, trying to make it happen. But then I had a kid and my baby mama turned into the most toxic bitch in all of America. So, you know, it is what it is, man. Nigga had to. Yeah, bro. I've been single for like, I don't want to say single, but for the most part, I've been single since me and my baby mother broke up. So it's been like 3.5 years for me. Been like 3 years. And that's the longest I've ever been single. At least in my adult life. I usually got a girlfriend. You know what I mean? But I ain't in the right mental space or the right financial space. Because right now, the position I'm in right now, like I can't expect all the things that I expect in a relationship. Like I'm not one of them niggas that's gonna be demanding shit of a woman when I can't reciprocate my part. You know what I mean? The shit I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So, oh yeah, you was doing behind the scenes work in the early 2000s, South by. Oh yeah, Gruss. Oh, yo, that's not our Gruss. Anton, that's not our Gruss, bro. I'm tripping. I just realized what did you thought, or maybe you didn't. I don't know. That's not our Gruss, bro. That's a different Gruss. Hey, yo, this is a funny story. Now this is a funny story. We had a producer on my label, Interlude Records, and his name was Gruss. The exact same spelling and everything. We had a Gruss. So no, that's a whole different Gruss. This Gruss is just a wrestling fan. Yeah, I mean he's not. I mean maybe he's a producer. I don't know. Maybe he was. I don't know. I mean maybe you. Did you produce music, Gruss? I don't know. Maybe Gruss is hidden is producing music on the low. But no, this is a different Gruss, bro. We got two different Grusses. Our Gruss, the Gruss from the DMV. I don't know if he watches wrestling. I don't think he watches wrestling. No, it's not Grussel, bro. It's not Grussel. I don't know why I ain't thinking that, bro. I'm just now thinking of that. Like, oh shit, he thinks this is Grussel. Nah, bro. Completely different dude, bro. Completely different dude, man. Hilarious. Yeah. That is hilarious. Oh man, that's fucking funny right there, bro. Oh man, that was funny. The major thing in Texas was to stay away from rap a lot. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine so. Niggas kill us. Niggas getting hit with RICO charges and shit. You don't want to be involved in that shit, bro. Stay away. Stay away. Water does a body good. One time I gotta go to the bank and some more shit. What else happened in wrestling, man? Yeah, this Gus is from Texas, bro, not the DMV. That is hilarious. Devin the Dude gets played every year. His debut a classic. Oh yeah, you got to run back some Devin the Dude. See, Devin the Dude is never out of my rotation because I still be doing these weed events, these cannabis parties. So at some point, somebody gonna play a Devin song during the night. You know what I mean? So some Devin always gets played. But yeah, that whole first album is a classic. We ain't even want to act like it's not. Let's start there. Like his first album is a classic. That Devin the Dude, him sitting on the toilet reading the newspaper, taking a shit. We ain't gonna act like that shit ain't a classic, man. Let's start there. That shit crazy. That shit was like that. I ain't even front. Currency and Dizza like tomorrow, some in the DMV. Why the oh, nigga, I was about to fly off the handle. I was like, why ain't Janique hit me up? Nah, that ain't got nothing to do with her. Why ain't these niggas hit me up? First of all, hold on, man. What? These niggas, hold on. Find some details. Find some details on that. I'm about to text this nigga Dizza like, hey, bruh. Hey, bruh. Hey, bruh, I ain't heard from you in like 2 years, bruh. Last time I heard from you, bruh, you was landing from the airport, bruh. Called me, asked me where some weed at, bruh. You know what I mean? I sent you to my weed plug, bruh. Because you know I'm always hold you down, bruh. You know what I mean? But you my nigga, though. You know what I mean? They're my niggas, man. Spitter and Dizza. Dizza more so than Spitter. Spitter, I just knew. You know what I mean? Through music. Like, I knew these niggas because I work with his friends. You know what I mean? Spitter was never trying to give me a verse for less than 5 bands, though. One time he tried to charge me 10 because he forgot who I was. Like, nigga, you just tried to charge. He's like, oh, you folks speak. Yeah, nigga. Like, nigga, I ain't got that either. I'm going to go over here and fuck with Dizza. You know what I mean? Shit. Yeah, man. Dizza, Crit, Sant, all them niggas, man. They held me down, man. Spitter was cool as fuck, though. Wiz, cool as shit. All them niggas was cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Wiz might be the coolest out of all them niggas. Out of all the industry niggas I done met, Wiz is Hollywood for good reason because the nigga's a mega star. You know what I mean? But he's Hollywood. But I've known the nigga for so long. I knew Wiz before Wiz was literally anybody. Before Black and Yellow dropped and all that shit. Like right before he dropped Cushion Orange Juice, I met this nigga. Or right after he dropped Cushion Orange Juice. Cause I had dropped Fuck the World. Yeah, and then Life After High Definition. So maybe like no, I did. I met him in like 2009, 2010, because we was doing I met him at South by Southwest. It's the first time I met Wiz Khalifa, and I met Benji, who was his manager at the time. Still is, if I'm not mistaken. But I was trying to get Benji to sign me. I was trying to get his manager to sign me, and I didn't really know too much about Wiz. I may have told y'all this story before. I can't remember. But I was trying to get Benji to sign me because he was in the industry, and I knew he worked with weed rappers or rappers of my ilk. And I was just like, yo, this guy coming up, he managing this artist that I know named Wiz. I'm trying to see if he wants to take on another artist from another area. But he was just like, our styles weren't similar because my shit was way more street. But we both rapped about weed and girls a lot. You know what I mean? So he was like, bro, I kind of already got, and Wiz wasn't all the way there yet. So he kind of like, I got to get this shit popping first. And I understood. I got it. But he was cool to me the few times I talked to him after that. Wiz was cool. Wiz has always been cool with me. Like I said, that one time where it wasn't him, that was Spitter. But Currency's anytime he's or Wiz, I be confusing niggas so much. But Wiz, anytime he's in town, like I usually go to the club because he gonna let me in the VIP and we gonna stand on some couches and I'm gonna drink free liquor and get to hang out with Wiz and a bunch of bad bitches and shit like that. You know what I mean? So got videos, all that shit. All this shit is documented, my nigga. I done party with all these niggas. Niggas done show me so much love. So yeah, man. Music. But if Currency and Dizza are in town tomorrow, bro, I need to know where because I might pull up on them niggas. I ain't got my son right now, and I ain't really been outside. I don't go outside no more. You know what I mean? So I'm sure I get to see a bunch of people I haven't seen it forever. You know what I mean? Bunch of people who we used to go like a Currency concert was like a get together in the DMV for like a long time. It's like during that nigga's like I don't want to say his heyday, like he old and washed, but you know, during the biggest, the most busiest time of his career when he was really popping. Him and Wiz was everywhere. Like his shows, him and Wiz shows were like a get together for all the stoners. Like you knew everybody, all the stoners was gonna be at the event. We was all gonna be smoking weed, even though the club told us we wasn't going to. It was gonna be weed smoke everywhere to the point they couldn't stop it. You know what I mean? And this was before weed was legal all the way in DC. So we was just like, yeah, this is a weed party. We go get to smoke in the club. Ain't nobody gonna stop us because it's gonna be too many of us. So, shout out to Wiz, shout out to Spitter, shout out to Dizza, all homies, man. You know what I mean? All the homies. Dizza's the only one I can call a bro for real, because I done been on that nigga block. Like I know I met his wife and his moms and his, all his homies in the streets and shit. So that's different. I done seen that nigga make a couple plays in the streets. Like that's different time with Dizza. You know what I mean? But and Dizza's a wrestling fan. You know what I mean? Hardcore wrestling fan, just like me. You know what I mean? So I fuck with Dizza. Tough. So yeah, man. If they coming in town, I gotta pull up on my guys, man. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I should text this nigga before I pull up. I might text him when I get there, like, yo, nigga, I'm outside. Oh man, nah. If I'm gonna do that, if I'm gonna like hit them up to like get me in the spot, then I'm gonna have to hit them up today. But I need to find out where they gonna be at though. Because if I tell them I'm trying to come through, they'll just put me on a list or something. But yeah, man, there's a lot going on in professional wrestling, man. There's a lot going on in sports right now. Let's start there. A lot going on in sports. You know what I mean? And before somebody get on my ass, man, that the let's start there thing, that's not my shit, bro. That's not my shit. That is stolen lingo from some rapper from Chicago. I'm gonna look up his name. But I seen an interview of him doing that shit. That shit sounded funny to me, so I just started saying it. It's like that nigga be like, let's start there. Before he said that is stolen lingo. I have my own lingo, but that's stolen lingo. Shout out to him. What's this dude's name? Hold on. Let's start there. J Main. FYB J Main. I don't know who these dudes are. I have no clue who these guys are. But I seen an interview with him once, and he was one of the funniest dudes I'd seen be interviewed in a long time. So let's start there. Oh man. But yeah, man, what else can we talk about, man? Damn, we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. I'm already almost to my time. I said I was gonna stream for a couple hours. But shit, man, did we get through everything? We listen. Oh yeah, big deal right here. I will be streaming live. I will be doing a watch along for the Raw on Netflix debut. So y'all gotta tune in on Monday. This coming Monday, 8 p.m. sharp. Damn, I wish Raw I wish they would do it from 7 to 10 instead of 8 to 11. Like 8 to 11, just too late. Niggas want to be asleep or in bed or making moves or with a girl. Like, excuse me. It's just other shit you could be doing at 11 o'clock at night. But guess we'll be watching wrestling on Netflix. So yeah, did you find it? Let's start there, KGM. That was some bullshit. Let's start there. I didn't want to win that game. We went from the number 3 pick to like the number 8 pick. Number 8, number 9. We about to get another Brock Bowers, nigga. You got motherfucking Shador Sanders and the kid from Miami sitting right there at the top of the board, my nigga. What is you doing? Like, I hate the fucking Raiders, bro. We do this dumbass shit. We be in position right now to have the number one pick in the draft if we lost the past couple weeks. But nah, we just all of a sudden decide to start winning games all of a sudden. This shit's stupid. And it's not just us, it's all the teams. The Jags was dumb. They shouldn't have lost. They shouldn't have beat us. They should have, or they did beat. With the Jags they just beat somebody. I think it was Tennessee. They just beat Tennessee. And they should have lost that game to stay in that position. The Giants did the same thing, had the number one pick, and gave it away by beating the foot. It's just stupid. Like, what are you doing this for? Play all backups, lose on purpose, nil every possession, whatever you got to do to get a good quarterback that's going to make you good for the next 10 to 15 years. Y'all see what's happening in D.C. right now? Y'all see what this boy doing in D.C. right now? Changed the whole culture of the city. One player changed the entire culture of the city. Jaden out here going crazy. All it took was for them to get a top 2 pick and cash out on it, make the right decision on a quarterback. It's got to be a quarterback. A quarterback could change the whole look of your franchise. Travis Hunter, he's going to be a phenomenal player, going to be a game-changing player, but he's probably not going to change a franchise's fortunes when it comes to taking a 2-15 team or whatever to becoming a playoff contender, a Super Bowl contender. A quarterback, Shador Sanders, the kid from Miami, whoever there's another guy in there throwing the mix. I think Missouri got a quarterback. There's some other guys in there. Alabama's quarterback, like Jalen Monroe. Like, these guys like could change you could be good for the next however long. Everybody expects the Redskins to be good for the next 10 years now. They just got to put, especially the next 4 or 5, while he's on his rookie deal, and they can just put all the players around him while they got the money. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to be out here winning these games when you could change your whole team's fortunes, your whole franchise's fortunes by losing a couple games that and you ain't even got to lose them on purpose. You could lose them on purpose, but you ain't even got to lose them on purpose. Just put the B teams out there. Be like, all right, the season's over. It's a wrap for us. We don't want to get none of our star players hurt going into next year, have nobody coming off an ACL or Achilles tear. So we just not playing them. It don't matter if we 2 whatever our record is. We can suck, don't matter. We ain't got to, just because you good and you don't got to play your guys because you're going to the playoffs, don't mean we got to play our guys. We don't want to be hurt going into next year. Could have just played it like that, my nigga. Just play it like that. Just lose the fucking games, get the number 1 or 2 or 3 pick, and draft a quarterback that could change your franchise's fortunes. But nah, we got to win meaningless games that mean absolutely zero and do nothing but hurt the franchise. Literally do nothing but hurt the franchise. It's so fucking stupid. The Raiders haven't had a starting quarterback in over a decade and a half. I feel like Rich Gannon was our last quarterback when we was going to the Super Bowl. And Tom Brady robbed us. The fucking Tuck rule. Yeah, we should have a Super Bowl in my lifetime, but it got stolen from us. So it is what it is. The NFL hates Oakland. Or they hate the Raiders. They hated Al Davis. They hate the Davis family. You know what I mean? Might be because he was the first one to hire black people. Let's start there. You know what I mean? Might have something to do with it. You know what I mean? Shit. So I don't even know, man. I don't even know. This shit kind of goofy to me. This shit kind of goofy. It's not how I would run a franchise. You mean tell me I could lose 2-3 games after I'd already lost 10, 12 games, and then I could possibly be what the Redskins are, a 10, 11, 12 win team next year. Like, fuck these games, bro. We not even showing up. We forfeit, nigga. Get a win to the other team. We not even showing up, nigga. Everybody get their game check. We not taking nobody money. Y'all get your game check. Just stay home. We not playing these games, my nigga. Oh, we got to play them for the TV contract. We have to show up because people bought. All right, we playing the B team. So what? You know what I mean? And what? We playing the B team. Yeah, we suck anyway. Y'all want to watch us? Like, what the fuck? So I don't know, man. So I don't know. Put some respect on Gardner Minshew. Listen, man. We need a quarterback, man. Fuck is Gardner Minshew at right now, man? Hurt? You know what I mean? Or did he just get benched? No, he got hurt. Or did he just get benched? I don't even remember because it was a mix of both. You know what I mean? He got benched, then he got hurt. Then he got benched, then he got hurt. Then O'Connell got hurt, then he got benched, then he got hurt. Now he's back in the, I don't know what the fuck is going on. We need a quarterback. We need a top 2 or 3 pick. I'm not talking about a first round quarterback, even though that could work. Obviously, Tom Brady drafted in the 6th round. Russell Wilson drafted in the 3rd round. If you got a quarterback whisperer and somebody who knows what they're doing, and you get lucky by drafting a Bo Nix or somebody like that late in the draft, late in the 1st round or early in the 2nd, that could work. I could rock with that. But it's almost guaranteed that you're gonna have something to work with if your organization is stable and you draft in the top 3. Because Sam Darnold should have always been this good. He just got drafted to the wrong team. He went to the Jets and they suck. They clearly have organizational problems. I mean, still to this day. But Sam Darnold went to the wrong organization. And we see how that turned out for him. Everybody thought he was a horrible quarterback. He was washed. He can't play. He's a bum. Then he goes to the Vikings, and the nigga's a Pro Bowl superstar quarterback about to take his team to the playoffs. Might be the number 1 seed in all of the NFC if they win this game on Sunday. So it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on in football. I just wish these teams wouldn't have, won these games, or at least my team, the Raiders, wouldn't have won these last 2 games. You know what I mean? It's like we definitely better lose on Sunday. Like if we win again and we drop to like the middle of the draft, like the 10th, 11th, 12th pick, bro, I'm gonna be on fire, bro. I'm gonna be on fire. Like I'm. It ain't gonna matter what I say, but I think everybody should be fired. Like I don't care about your pride, nigga. We here to win game, Antonio Pierce. We trying to win. Man, shut your stupid ass up. You're gonna lose a lot of games next year. You realize that, right? When you could be in a position to win some games, you're gonna be losing a lot more games next year because your dumbass needed to win for your pride. You needed to win a couple games at the end of the season that didn't matter. That shit dumb. Now you gotta go through a whole nother couple losing seasons, try to get a high draft pick again, which you might just end up screwing over again. You could have had the high draft pick. So what happens next year if you're in this same position, you 2-12, and you got a chance the number 1 pick, and your schedule is shit because it will be because you suck. So our schedule is going to be trash, and we just go win the next 3 and continue the cycle of being the number 8 to 12 pick? Like, come on, man. Come on. We got to get the number 1 pick at some point, bro. The number 2 pick at some point, and we got to do the right thing with it. It's got to be a QB, bro. And when you got 2, possibly, even 3 possibly with you throw Milroe in there, 3 possible game franchise-changing quarterbacks, you got all 3 of them coming out, and even throw Travis Hunter in there as a perennial All-Pro player, future perennial All-Pro player. Like you got 4 players that could change our franchise, and we act like we don't want none of them. No, we got to win these games for pride. We got to beat the Jaguars and, you know what I mean, whoever the fuck else man, like, come on, man. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. If your organization sucks, it's hard to just plug a QB in and have instant success. Trevor Lawrence was number 1 pick, and we can't win. I'm tired of seeing dumbass Tony Khan in the draft room on draft day. Yo, I think it was injuries that did y'all in, though, bro. Because the Jaguars were good. Let's start there. The Jaguars were good. They were a good team, a good franchise after a while. His first couple seasons, people were like, oh, Trevor Lawrence is a thing. The boy looks sharp. You know what I mean? He's got some good receivers in there. Get him a couple more. Let's get him some running backs. Like the guy Travis Etienne looked like a superstar coming into this year. Let's start there. What happened to their team? You know what I mean? They lost some linemen. They got hurt. I think they lost they left tackle, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? Y'all lost a lot of people, man. Injuries kind of did y'all in. Trevor Lawrence getting hurt did y'all in. He got hurt a couple times, missed some games. So I don't think that they suck like the Raiders suck or like the Giants where the team is just bad. Like y'all got good players. Y'all got some good position players. Y'all got a superstar rookie receiver. Y'all got one of the best 5 tight ends in the league with Ingram. You know what I mean? ETN looked like something. Now Tank Bigsby looked like the guy. So y'all got some pieces, man. We don't even have no running back, nigga. We don't have no running back. Devontae Adams, like our best receiver is Jacoby Myers, my nigga. Like we got Brock Bowers now, so kudos. We got a star receiver at tight end. I'll give us that. But the Jags just need to not be hurt. You know what I mean? Let's start there. I think they just need to not be hurt. They've made some good draft picks. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think y'all are in as bad as position as we are. You know what I mean? So and we can't talk about the number. It ain't gotta be the number one pick, though. It could be a top. You just need one of those top 3 quarterbacks coming out of the draft. You know what I mean? Whatever pick that is. Because Jaden Daniels was the number 2 pick. And we see what he's doing for the Commanders. You know what I mean? You got Brock Bowers with your last pick in the draft in the fantasy league. That's crazy. Let's start there. That's crazy. The last pick, I think he might have been the number 1 tight end in fantasy this year. That's crazy. He took Sam Laporta's spot because Laporta ain't do shit this year. Laporta's stunk it up this year. But who we got to give? Obviously, Derrick Henry gets an award for being just a monster. Kyron Williams gets the award for being a monster. Saquon Barkley, best running back in the league. Sorry, Giants. Jamar Chase is a monster. James Conner almost cost me my fantasy championship, but he had a monster 2024 season. There were some impressive performances, man. The rookies, couple of the rookies shined. Who was my favorite rookie performer? I'd probably say Brian Thomas Jr. I'd probably say your man. I'd probably say Brian Thomas is probably my favorite rookie player. That boy balled out. Him and Brock Bowers, I feel like they would probably be top 2. Yeah, top 2. Brock Bowers was steady. He's not flashy, but he was steady. You know what I mean? That's why I fuck with. But as far as flash and like watchability, like, yeah, Brian Thomas he's gonna be a beast for a long time. You know what I mean? But we had some good rookie performances. Obviously, Jaden Daniels being a super duper star. You know what I mean? Bo Nix being a potential superstar. You know what I mean? Caleb Williams being a weirdo, but having some potential. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Listen. That was that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing as shit, boy. Why y'all let him do y'all like that, boy? Oh my God, he hurdled you niggas backwards, boy. He had eyes in the back of his head, boy. What the fuck was y'all looking at, boy? I don't know where they team was, boy. That shit was crazy. This nigga jumped over you niggas backwards after he did a fucking sick-ass spin move. This nigga made y'all look like y'all was a broke Madden player, nigga. It looked like y'all glitched out the game, nigga. What the fuck was wrong with their team, boy? That shit was crying. Never seen no shit. Nobody ever seen no shit like that, boy. He turned over, is like, kiss my ass, boy, and jumped over that nigga like it was nothing. Oh my goodness, y'all never gonna let that one down, goddammit. Y'all never gonna let that one down. This nigga hurdled you niggas backwards. That was literally told niggas, kiss my ass as he embarrassed you. That shit was crazy. Almost done, 1 o'clock. Almost done, right there. Whole gallon. Whew. Yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. But all right, guys, I'm about to get up out of here, man. We've been out here for 2 hours shooting the shit. It's been fun. We gonna get back here on Monday, sharp. I might come back and hang out this weekend too if I ain't got shit to do. I mean, I ain't really got shit to do for real. So I might come back and hang out this weekend. Let's start there. Yeah, Monday for sure. But nah, you know what? Maybe Sunday. Maybe I'll come watch the football with you guys, but it ain't really too many big games on Sunday because a lot of this shit already been decided. But I might hop online for that Detroit Vikings game because that shit gonna be lit. Um, but anyways, excuse me. I appreciate you motherfuckers as always. I ain't even about to go through all that shit again because y'all niggas know what it is, man. Y'all show up every time I'm away for months at a time. Some people don't have that luxury of even having one person that's gonna show back up after they've been gone for 3-4 months. And I still got my core group. I don't care if it's 4 or 5 of you motherfuckers. I don't care. Yeah, same motherfuckers always showing up for me, man. I appreciate that shit from the bottom of my heart, man. I'll holler at y'all in about 48 hours, man. It's your boy. Doses.